Welcome back, YouTube. So today we're going to go ahead and start covering the soaking of the metal parts as well as the citrus strip application of the wood stock. I'm actually using this clean strip odorless mineral spirits. What I do is I go ahead and separate all the components, as you can see here, all the small pieces, the bolt, the two screws, the nose cap, the spring, the handguard retention spring, the buttstock screws, and the actual buttstock plate are all placed in one container. Over here I have the actual magazine and trigger guard, the bayonet, of course, the main body of the rifle, this being the receiver and barrel, and over here I have the cleaning rod. So what I normally do is just pour a generous amount of the mineral spirits. Now this one will kind of look kind of milky, but it is very effective because it is thick. But the good thing about it is that it does not smell, hence the term odorless. I just simply cover all the components, let them soak. The same thing with the receiver, especially this little spot right there where the screw goes in. It has a tendency to retain quite a bit. I did forget to dismantle the magazine. There we go. That'll help get all that out. Okay. Again, we're just letting it soak. Okay, just pour a generous amount. You want to go ahead and open up the rear sight here. It has a tendency to collect quite a bit of residue of the cosmoline. Now there is a pin here that is part of the bolt, actually I'm sorry, the trigger assembly. Now this one didn't come out freely, but it is, you can slightly see some movement right there. I always want to be conscious of that. Some people actually do remove it. I just kind of keep an eye on it. Definitely want to pour some thinner in the chamber area. You can see I'm kind of letting it work its way around. Okay. Now I am inside the garage, which is not insulated. So this kind of does help the heat. It did rain earlier today, so it is still humid. So even the humidity still helps break down some of the cosmoline. Normally I do wear gloves, but this is kind of an impromptu video. So I do apologize, but I'm always still trying to be safety first. Okay. Now some people will actually also do the stock with mineral spirits. I normally don't like doing that. What I normally use, of course, is the citrus strip, which is right here. Shake it up. This product kind of goes a long way. I have a brush. Yes, ironically, it is orange, the same color as the product. And you just simply cake it on, just like you're brushing it. Now, it is so humid, you can see some of the cosmoline's already dripped off. The boiling point of cosmoline is basically 120 degrees. I'm not sure what the temperature is in here in the garage. As I said, it's a uninsulated garage, so it does help, and it's almost like an oven because I'm already sweating. And I just basically freely coat the stock. Now the one piece of metal that I don't remove from the stock is right here, the recoil lugs. It's not really necessary, depending on how well you want to refinish your stock, but you always want to, get as much of the metal off, get all up in here. The reason I like using the citrus strip is, one, the smell is quite tolerable. It's got a pleasant citrus smell to it. It's safe. It doesn't actually harm the stalker in any way. Now there is another product that neutralizes the citrus strip. You can see right here the stock's got some cosmoline. Okay, it does ooze everywhere. when they dip them for storage. Now this one's very well conserved. I did do a quick inspection of the metal. The receiver is pretty much well intact along with the barrel. There is a neutralizer, as I was saying, as far as citrus strip. I've never really used it. It's some people do like using it on YouTube. They've talked about it, that it kind of slows down the reaction of the citrus strip. But the good thing about citrus strip is, you can see right there, it's already stripping off the shellac. Okay, that, and of course, as I mentioned before, it's quite hot in here. Now what I do is I coat this in here very well. I'm going to go ahead and use the heat from the environment, the ambient temperature, to also help in releasing the cosmoline that is soaked into the stock. Okay, so heat is always good. It does help. You see right there, cosmoline starting to come off. Same thing right here, the shellac. So it looks like a combination of the two. I may coat this two or three times. I'm going to leave it, as I mentioned before, about 45 minutes to an hour max. And then I'm going to come back with the scouring pad and use that to remove any excess of the shellac that may accrue or has accrued. Now up here in the end cap where you see the brush, there was quite a bit of cosmoline caked in there. Again, they do a very good job. Now this comes to show how quickly citrus strip, you see all this brown right here, is the shellac coming off. So citrus strip is pretty quick. Now I've used oven cleaners. That is good for like when you use something that is heavily coated in shellac. Also, if you have a large buildup of cosmoline, but this would help draw out the cosmoline. As you can see right here, you can even start seeing the arsenal marks a little bit clearer. See if I can zoom in. But, you know, we got some spots, some things that were not as evident as before, because the shellac is kind of an amberish red color. Amber brown, as some websites have described it. But overall, it helps kind of hide some of the imperfections. So this stock may end up being a complete piece, but you can always see if there's any arsenal repairs and things of that nature. But again, I want to see the clarity of the wood once it dries. I just simply remove all that. Some people will kind of lightly moisten with a towel to stop the citrus strip effect in lifting. But again, I kind of go in a step 2 to 3 times depending on the condition of the cosmoline and the shellac that's in there. As you can see, it's already working. It's not even been on here 5 minutes. But you can see it does work. It's very effective. A lot of people like using it. And I've actually put it on the handguard. And here's the brass. I don't know if you can see it, but it's changing color. So it's stripping that cosmoline. Okay. So we'll continue with this project. But you see how I start this. And we'll see where it goes. And I'll keep you up to date. Thank you.